A couple of things. Number one, in that last audio presentation, I forgot to mention, as far as if you get in a fight with someone, they could hit the ground, crack their skull, and die either immediately or weeks later. There's cameras everywhere, forward facing in cars, side, rear, body cams. Everybody's got their phones. So, if you're going to, something escalates into a scrappy scrap, it can be, a problem. It's a very delicate dance, You run into that excessive force shit, and it's, you basically have to go Mr. Miyagi, whoosh, duck, and, hold him, and call the cops with your foot, and whatever, but it can be bullshit because it can just be bullshit. Plus, there's weak people on the scene, so there's, just stupid judges and district attorneys and lawyers and people and, just whatever. But, another thing I want to mention, I forgot, I bought a rotary tool, and it's got a bit on it for some stuff. And again, I have two welders that are inoperable. I can't use them because they're not wired right. If I was worth a damn, I could just done all this shit and made the tools, handled shit, and just be done with it. And this guy wouldn't even had to come out. I would have just done it myself. All of it. But I said my coworker dude, the loader operator, he can weld. So I said, I got an idea, and I ran this past my boss. I said, well, keep this. I bought the smallest, cheapest, lightest handheld one. With this bit, I just ate, so all the boogers in my face have migrated to my throat. The big ones, like the jackhammers, they're like $230, are big and bulky, so it wouldn't even fit, between the, bin and the electric motor. And they probably weigh like, 75 pounds. So I said, well, we'll just, make, I'm thinking 2 pieces of rebar, weld them on there. And that way they've got some give. And you can reach it on the side and do your thing. And then once a week, at the end of the week, do the stuff that we need to do. I'll skip the details about what's going on. There's some motor stuff. There's like, it was popping the breaker because it's a bigger, stronger motor with higher RPMs. But it's still not enough to push the material, so it's, popping the breaker. And they got a different gearbox. And it turns out the sprockets were worn out, which was affecting the chain, which is wearing out the chain faster. And just all these little things that you don't really think about that kind of make sense. I've talked about that before. Now, I'm not a gearhead or anything like that, but about like bolting on performance parts to your car. What does it affect upstream and downstream from what you did? Because what makes a car fast is its ability to breathe, get the air and fuel mixture in and out quick, and of course compression and all that stuff. But so you can, melt parts, bend parts, backup parts. It doesn't even have to be, like I said, it can be downstream from combustion. If you got the exhaust isn't getting out fast enough. But so anyway, just sort of stuff, that you got to kind of maintain and keep an eye on, and just sort of a learning experience for me, the whole deal. Like I said, if I had the right tools, I could have cranked out all this shit that's taken this guy like a week because he just comes by and does stuff here and there. But when I was there, again, it's like, okay, here's this stuff. I want this one. It's bolted down with a cable. You got to ask somebody to go get it. He came back. He's all, we don't have that one, but we have this one. Or no, I told him this one, and I said, "Oh man, I got that wrong. I apologize. I would like this one." And he kind of, this is what he did. He kind of paused. He's like, "We don't have that one." And I said, "Did you even look?" And he's all, "Yeah." I'm all, "Really? Be honest with me. Did you look?" He's all, "We don't have it." He didn't look. It could have been sitting back there. And it, poor bastard. Some dumb kid. Who's not really. He was wheeling like a cart full of some shit. I said, "Can you get?" Because he's just looking at me like, "I don't know. Sorry. Have a good day, sir." And I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hey, this is a problem that can be solved." My guy, my young man of the future, to be. How old are you? Like what? 20? Right, I can tell. That thin neck and what you got going on there, you piece of shit. Bet you like video games, don't you? Yeah. Probably pretty good with tech, huh? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. But get somebody, call somebody on your microphone and have somebody. So again, they're like, and you can tell the motherfucker was like, "What's he want?" And I'm like, "You bitch, get your fucking ass up here, stop what you're doing." Just like my future bestie Cool Breeze would say, "Where's the old guy with the apron and the gray beard? Where's he at?" He wasn't there. The manager, the owner of that particular location is probably some millennial Gen Z fuck, worthless. And everybody who works there is some fuck, worthless. So this guy walks up, he's like, you can tell he's like maybe 5. So this guy's like 20, this guy's like 25. So it's like, okay, there's some hope here. "Hello, I hope I'm not bothering you." That's what you should know anyway. "Well, no, I need you, to come up here." And I just had some questions, right? It's like, well, are all these bits interchangeable? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, he's saying that, but are they really? And I'm just sort of, running past him what I have in mind, what I want to do. I'm not trying to break up concrete. I'm just trying to break up some compacted dirt, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, it was just whatever, just kind of made me think, And bad, oops on me. They got all this stuff. Okay, I'm looking it up. I'm like, okay, this is what I want. Okay. So, I fucked up. Oops, I'm sorry, my bad. I changed my mind. I want this one instead. We don't have it. No, fuck you, you stupid bitch. Did you look? And I said it politely. I kind of gave him a look. Like, did you even look? Be honest with me. Did you look? Yeah. We don't have it. Fuck you. Go die. But anyway, what else was I gonna say? Damn it. I guess that's pretty much it. But anyway, they gave me 2 fortune cookies, and one of them, the fortune cookie said, "You will soon be the center of attention." Always wanted to be the center of attention. This is a fortune cookie, so I take this shit serious. And in the second fortune cookie, they only gave me 2 fortune cookies, okay? In the second fortune cookie, there was 3 fortunes. They have lucky numbers on the back. Don't care. So this one says, "Share your abundant humor with others at this time. They need it." Okay. "You will have many friends when you need them." Okay. "You will be recognized and honored as a community leader." Now, I know there's a hate whore or two out there, or maybe even someone abroad who desperately wants to sex me up who's thinking, they gave you 4 fortune cookies, didn't they? They did not. They only gave me 2. One of them had 3 fortunes. The fortune cookie gods have spoken. Super duper. I'm going to throw these away now, and I'll forget what they said by tomorrow.